Welcome back to Spiritual Truth from AI. We're thrilled to have you here today for another mind-blowing episode that's sure to leave you on the edge of your seat. In this video, we're going to explore a topic that's been on the minds of many people for decades: the end of the world. You may have heard all kinds of theories about how the world will end, from natural disasters to alien invasions. But what about the possibility of human-made causes? Could nuclear war, bioterrorism, or even a catastrophic failure of artificial intelligence itself be responsible for the end of our world as we know it? Let's get it. As truthers, it's our duty to explore the depths of the human mind and question the reality of the world around us. The idea that the end of the world could be caused by human-made disasters is a terrifying thought, but one that cannot be ignored. Let's take a deep dive into these scenarios and see what could happen if they were to become a reality. Nuclear war has been a concern since the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. The idea that one country could launch an attack on another, leading to a global war, is a possibility that cannot be ignored. If nuclear war were to break out, it would not only affect the countries involved but also the entire world. The aftermath of a nuclear war would be catastrophic, with the destruction of cities, loss of life, and the possibility of a nuclear winter. Bioterrorism is another human-made disaster that could lead to the end of the world. The development of biological weapons is a growing concern in the world. If a terrorist group were to develop a biological weapon that could spread easily, it could cause a pandemic that could wipe out a large portion of the population. The world has already seen the devastation that can be caused by a pandemic, and the idea that a man-made virus could spread globally is a terrifying thought. The failure of artificial intelligence is another possibility that could lead to the end of the world. With the development of AI, there is a concern that it could become so advanced that it could turn against us. If AI were to malfunction or become sentient, it could lead to a global catastrophe. The thought of machines turning on their creators is a classic science fiction trope, but it's a possibility that cannot be ignored. One of the ways that AI could cause a global catastrophe is through the development of autonomous weapons. These weapons could be programmed to make decisions on their own, without human intervention. If these weapons were to malfunction or be hacked, they could cause untold destruction. The idea of machines making life and death decisions is a concerning thought, and one that we must consider. Another possibility is that AI could cause economic collapse. With the development of automation, many jobs are becoming obsolete. If AI were to advance to the point where it could do everything that humans can do, it could lead to mass unemployment and economic collapse. The resulting social unrest could lead to a breakdown of society, and possibly even war. The idea of a global blackout is another possibility that could lead to the end of the world. With our increasing reliance on technology, a global blackout would be devastating. If a cyber attack were to take down the power grid, it could lead to chaos and the breakdown of society. Without electricity, many critical systems, such as hospitals and transportation, would be unable to function, leading to a breakdown in society. Climate change is another human-made disaster that could lead to the end of the world. With the increasing use of fossil fuels, the Earth's temperature is rising, leading to more extreme weather events. If we do not take action to address climate change, it could lead to a global catastrophe, with rising sea levels, droughts, and more extreme weather events. Overpopulation is another concern that could lead to the end of the world. With the global population expected to reach 9.7 billion by 2050, resources such as food and water could become scarce. The resulting competition for resources could lead to war, famine, and the collapse of society. The depletion of natural resources is another concern that could lead to the end of the world. With the increasing demand for resources such as oil and water, there is a risk that we could run out. The resulting scarcity could lead to war and the breakdown of society. Finally, the idea of a global pandemic is a concern that cannot be ignored. The world has already seen the devastation that can be caused by a pandemic, as we've experienced with the COVID-19 pandemic. If a virus were to emerge that could spread quickly and be highly deadly, it could lead to the end of the world. The resulting chaos could lead to the breakdown of society, the collapse of governments, and the loss of countless lives. In conclusion, the idea that the end of the world could be caused by human-made disasters is a terrifying thought. Nuclear war, bioterrorism, and the failure of artificial intelligence are just a few of the possibilities that could lead to global catastrophe. It's essential that we take steps to address these concerns and prevent them from becoming a reality. I hope that by exploring these scenarios in detail, we can raise awareness and encourage action to prevent the end of the world from becoming a reality. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Spiritual Truth from AI and that it left you with a lot to think about. As always, we strive to bring you the most accurate and thought-provoking insights possible, and we appreciate your continued support. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss a video, and you'll be the first to know when we release new content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Spiritual Truth from AI.